The opening riddle. I move without legs and I am heard without a voice. This riddle serves as both a metaphor for forces beyond human control, a test of King Solomon's wisdom. All these things move and are perceived, yet they cannot be grasped by human hands. The riddle reminds Solomon, and us, that true power lies in forces we cannot own or fully comprehend. Before we start, we'd like to ask for your support. If you enjoy our video, please hit the like button. This will help us reach more people and create content for you. Now let's get started with today's video. The Tower of Babel, Pride and Fall. I have seen the rise and fall of greater things. The Tower of Babel. The biblical story. In Genesis 11, humanity united to build a tower to reach the heavens, symbolizing ultimate pride and self-reliance. They believed they could reach God through their own might. They sought to make a name for themselves. God confused their languages, shattering their unity and scattering them. Meaning in the text, you are drawing a parallel between the pride of the builders of Babel, the potential pride of Solomon, or anyone who relies too much on earthly power or artifacts, even the Ring of Solomon. Warning: even the wisest king should beware of hubris. Many great things have fallen. Rise in silence we call, the echo of Babel's curse. These poetic lines evoke the idea that Babel's curse still echoes. We call with dust and flame, with whispers. The dark stones represent forgotten or cursed foundations, spiritual or literal ruins. The spark suggests that something long dormant may be rising again. Babel fall, a prophetic chant hinting that new Babels are always rising and will always fall. In modern terms, nations, corporations, or even tech empires today sometimes mirror the hubris of Babel. They attempt to build systems that defy God, seek absolute control, or replace God with human pride. The second riddle. I have hands but cannot feel. Another profound riddle. I have hands but cannot feel. I move without legs. I show no mercy. Possible answer. Time. The most likely answer. Time moves relentlessly, affects all equally, young and old, righteous and wicked, and cannot be stopped. Lesson. This riddle reminds Solomon that even the greatest wisdom and power cannot escape time. His throne will not last forever. His ring will not grant him eternal dominion. All earthly kingdoms will one day pass. The Ring of Solomon, a gift and a test. Background. According to Jewish, Islamic, and occult traditions, the Ring of Solomon, aka Seal of Solomon, was given by God to Solomon. It allowed him to white heavy checkmark command the winds, white heavy checkmark control animals, white heavy checkmark bind and command demons, Jinn/spirits, white heavy checkmark build great works, like his palace and temple, white heavy checkmark gain deep wisdom and understanding of the spiritual realm. The ring often bore the hexagram or pentagram, symbols of divine authority. Symbolism. The ring was never the source of Solomon's wisdom or power. God was. The ring was an instrument, a tool, given by divine permission. Your text message. You caution that some today are seeking this ring, hoping to gain supernatural power, control demons or spiritual forces, build new empires, or perform next-level technology. But without wisdom and submission to God, such power corrupts, just like the builders of Babel. The Staff of Moses, another divine instrument. You correctly link the Ring of Solomon with another legendary object, the Staff of Moses. Staff of Moses in Scripture. Turned into a serpent before Pharaoh. Parted the Red Sea. Brought water from the rock. Instrument of God's visible power. Eschatological link. In Islamic eschatology, it is believed that the Ring of Solomon, the Staff of Moses, will be used again by the beast of the earth, Dabbat al-Ard, a creature that will appear before the final day of judgment. Your warning. If these objects fall into the wrong hands, a supervillain-level figure could arise. The beast of the earth carrying these items signals the final hours of history. Humanity again faces the temptation of Babel, reaching for godlike power without submission to God. God is greater than the universe. You also insert a powerful theological reflection. There are two kinds of people when they look at the universe. Keycap 1 Skeptics. The universe is so big, God cannot exist. Keycap 2 Believers. The universe is so big, only an infinite God could create it. Like the ring and the staff, the universe itself is a created object, a sign pointing back to its creator. Power, wisdom, and size do not make God unnecessary, they make him more evident. The modern Babel, today's relevance. Your closing poetic lines again warn of Babel rising in new forms. Technological empires seeking ultimate power. AI developments that mimic next-level technology. Secret groups seeking ancient artifacts. The spiritual realm being provoked by human arrogance. Shadows crawl where light has died. Cursed tower. These images warn of dark spiritual forces reawakening when humanity repeats the mistakes of Babel. When humans forget God, seek forbidden knowledge, and ignore humility, they invite destruction. Final lessons for today. Your text, if interpreted theologically, is saying this. White heavy checkmark wisdom is a gift from God. It cannot be built or seized. White heavy checkmark power must be used in submission to the Creator. White heavy checkmark ancient artifacts, Ring of Solomon, Staff of Moses, can never replace divine obedience. White heavy checkmark pride leads to ruin, whether at Babel or in modern times. White heavy checkmark the ultimate source of power and meaning is God alone, not objects or achievements. White heavy checkmark prophetic signs are unfolding. Beware of spiritual deception in the end times. The ultimate message is the same as that given to Solomon. Backhand index pointing right wisdom, without humility before God becomes pride and downfall. Backhand index pointing right power sought without submission to the Creator becomes curse and destruction. In every age, Babel rises again. In every heart, the choice returns. Will we seek wisdom in the hand of God, or will we build towers doomed to fall? Folded hands like, share, subscribe for more end-time revelations. Because the time is short,